What up, what up, what up? So it's another day and another 6 a.m. I'm about to head to the ball field right now to link up with my boy, Bala. I don't even know what we got planned for today. He likes sprinting and stuff, so he's probably gonna want to do some of that stuff. But I already sprinted yesterday, so I'm gonna see if I can convince him to probably do kettlebells or something. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking anyways. It was a rough one to wake up this morning. I don't know. I think I went to bed a little too late. Maybe like 2 hours too late. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what we get in. Alright? Peace.
You are now entered the 6 a.m. workout.
Wake up, it's time for your workout.
It's already going down.
Yeah, man, I know, it's 6 a.m, but you gotta do what you gotta do. 6 a.m. workouts.
Yep, we out here now. 6 a.m. be different though. That thing is empty. It's crazy. I like it. We're about to go get ours, so yeah. So I pretty much figured that while I sit here waiting for this dude, I'll just go ahead and discuss a topic that like came up on my radar recently. It's something that, again, like most questions surrounding training overall, always, comes up on my radar here and there. Sometimes I'll address it right away, or sometimes I'll get back to the person, depends on what the overall context of the situation is. But this one surrounding like how I do programs, are how I prepare programs, how I write programs for my clients. And if I had to give like a broad or a general scope of how I approach programming for clients or myself even, it's usually a case where I begin with deciphering or deciding whether or not the individual's or group's goal is surrounding what I term as general fitness, or it's specific. Specific in that, is this individual or person training for a specific event? Let's say the person's a sprinter and they're training for a 100-meter race, or let's say this person is an Olympic weightlifter and they're training for a competition in Olympic weightlifting. It could be a bodybuilder prepping for a show in like 4 months or 3 months or however long they decide they want to prep for. That would be like goal specific, or specific to a sport, I should say. Whereas there is everybody else, like myself even, who are training for, different aspects of fitness, which could be, okay, I want to be able to wake up in the mornings, not feel pains, and be able to go for a ride or a run. I want to be able to come back home with a little bit of energy. I can go hang with my friends. I want to just feel good overall. Or it could be that, yeah, I want to be active. I want to be involved in different sporting events, but I'm not really looking at myself as a competitor, so to speak, and I just want to have a broad knowledge or understanding of different movement modalities, and I want to be able to apply these in my day-to-day life. That would be what I consider more as general fitness. And if I know now, like I've made that distinction, that the athlete or the client or myself, our goal is specific to a certain event or movement or sport, then there are so many already documented programming styles within each of these categories. Take, for example, Olympic weightlifting. There are so many already tried and proven, documented ways of training a client or an athlete. And in Olympic lifting specifically, a lot of times the way you choose to approach programming usually will surround the athlete's physiology, their mental state, their capacity, and how much they can take. And when I say physiology, it's pretty much if you're looking at a event or a sport like Olympic lifting, then we're looking at the person's limb length discrepancies. Does this person have shorter arms, a longer torso, longer femurs, and that kind of stuff. And once you take all that into consideration, there's ways now that's already written, already documented, that you can go about programming for that athlete or client. Whereas if you're doing general fitness now, you kind of have to go a little bit more in depth in just understanding what it is the person wants, what it is that makes the person feel motivated to come back day in and day out. So I think it comes down with general fitness a lot more on the individual in front of you and what they want, because even though we're looking at fitness as not being as specific as the specific sports, now that creates that dynamic where, okay, fitness could be, as I said earlier, could just be, okay, I just want to feel a little bit more energetic during the day, all the way up to, no, I want to play all the sports in the world with all my different groups of friends. So that creates that broad spectrum now where you have to find the spot on that spectrum where yourself or your client ends up, and from there now you can start programming. You have to factor in stuff like time, how much time this person has in a day or in a week to train, and then overall, like how long are they looking to achieve whatever goals they're trying to achieve. You have to look at stuff like history of injury, their capacity for workload or exercise. You have to also take in consideration that there are certain exercises that people just won't want to do, you know. And I'm here vlogging on, this guy just pulled up, just talking in the background, you know. That's all good. Yo, I'm over here vlogging, bro. Yeah. You already know. All right, peace out now. Yeah, so they just showed up now, so I guess we're gonna go do some work. I'll check back in with you guys in a few, you know, finish up that topic, because it's just gonna be really a never-ending topic. When it comes to programming though, overall, just know this, it's gonna be very individual. You know, you need to know what works for the athlete over time, but a good place to start though is to decipher what you're working with in the first place, sports specific or is it general fitness. All right, what's up? So it turns out I wasn't the best prepared this morning to have the vlog going, because my phone wasn't being charged and I didn't realize, so the battery ran out and I didn't get to capture the footage we had this morning. It was a good workout though. We started off with a little bit of warm up. Yeah, we did some active stretching. Then we went into a little bit of, what was that? Sprint drills. Started off slow, then we went in some sprints at about 50% speed. And then we ramped it up a little bit. We came back over to where we had our stuff laid out and we did some kettlebell work, you know, a little bit of circuits, lower and upper body stuff. And then that was about 30 to 45 minutes. And then we finished off with sprints, you know, the same sprints we had in the beginning. So that was a good overall workout. I wish you guys could have seen it, but yeah, I kind of messed up on that one. But moving forward, you know, and I shouldn't say moving forward, but actually going back to the conversation we were having earlier about how we program, what we did today was kind of indicative of how I usually program too, because we all were there. It was like 4 of us. We're all in the fitness industry, and then we was like, okay, what are we gonna be doing today? And it came down to, like, you know, we all kind of had a general idea of what everybody's goal was, and it was like general fitness in and around that same level of wanting to have the ability, if we wanted to like, you know, compete in like a minor event, for example, ball Paula and myself, we do jiu-jitsu. So we want to know that we keep that certain level of fitness or activity where, you know, when stuff opens back up and we're starting to train jiu-jitsu again, we're able to stay on the mats and we're able to probably within a month go and compete. So we want to keep that general level of fitness up there. So with that knowledge in mind, we're able to just put together a program right there on the fly and get a great workout in that served our overall goal or purpose, where fitness or goals were concerned. So it's that's pretty much how you want to look at it, though. As I mentioned earlier, you want to dissect what is it the athlete or individual or group, what's the main goal or aspiration of that person or group. And once you know that main goal, then you start breaking down things like, okay, does this individual have the capacity to do this, or can this capacity be reasonably, safely developed in the time frame or period that this person is hoping to have it develop. Like, you know, you may get a person that's never sprinted in their life and their goal or aspiration is to run a 100-meter race in under 10 seconds. History overall will kind of just tell you that, okay, maybe that's not gonna happen, especially within a certain time frame. There's only a certain percentage of the population that's ever even done that, let alone someone who is in, let's say, their 30s that's never sprinted before. So being realistic to a certain aspect, just based on historical knowledge, it should be one of those guiding factors. It shouldn't be the end all be all, not because something's never been done before, that doesn't mean that it can't be done. But there's some, you know, historical events that will tell you that, okay, this is not very likely, and the likelihood of us achieving a certain goal would probably be not the best thing for the client or athlete's well-being. Trying to push for a certain thing, you probably end up injuring the person. For example, now that we've mentioned injury, that's something that also that you want to be taking into consideration. You know, well, what's this person's injury profile? You know, have they ever, you know, broken a leg, you know, dislocated something, you know, that kind of stuff. So you kind of know how to begin your sessions. How much prep work do you want to put in each session or each month, each phase of a program? So just taking factors into consideration before going ahead and prescribing a workout program is probably a good idea overall. So hopefully that helps. You know, that's something to think about when you're going through programming. But if I could give just one tip or one cue, just one suggestion overall as to where to start when you're programming with an athlete, is define goals. You know what I mean? What is it this person is going after, and do I want to put it in the box of being sports specific, or is it general fitness? If it's general fitness, again, it's just now finding the right modalities of training, the right timing for training. Like time of the day too is going to matter. The amount of time the person has is going to matter. Their injury profile is going to matter. Their experience with certain training or training modalities is going to play a factor. So yeah, and then you start taking all that stuff into consideration. But before you can do any of that, you need to define what it is the person is trying to achieve. All right, peace out. You know, thanks for joining another rendition or another episode of the 6 a.m. workout. I know we didn't get to see a workout today, but it will come. It will come. You know, we'll be right back on the horse in a day or two. So look forward to sharing with you guys again. Have a good one. Bye.